I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing on in the Minutemen Theory series. This series is all hypothetical conversations that take place inside of Minecraft, Black Ops 6, Roblox, whatever your desired nomenclature is. The whole purpose of this series is to initiate conversations. I'm hoping that you're going to watch this video, you're going to share it to your friends, your team, your mag, whoever. They're all going to watch this video and all the videos in this series, and then y'all are going to have conversations about these subjects and what you need to do to get your shit squared away and establish SOPs, standard operating procedures, for your team, mag, group, whatever you're calling yourselves. I have, using my Write in the Rain, I have been taking notes to try to keep myself remembering what we're talking about. In today's video, we're going to be talking about gear requirements for your team and what those might look like. These are going to include IFAK placement, the number of magazines that you're carrying, etc. But Fatty, why is it so important to iron these out? Why can't Joe run his shit on the left side, Mike run his shit on the right side, and Bob run his shit in the small of his back, and I'm running mine in the dangler and it's hitting me in my fupa? I mean, why can't we just do whatever we want? Well, the reason for that is uniformity, and in a high stress situation, everyone is going to fall back to their lowest form of training, which means if you've only went out and shot once or twice, you're not really going to be that good. If you've only practiced using a tourniquet once or twice, you might struggle when putting it on. And just because you run yours in the small of your back, when you go to retrieve, we're going to kind of get into the weeds here. I've been trying to keep these videos short and sweet, but we're going to kind of get into the weeds here. So an IFAK is an individual first aid kit, right? The IFAK is for the individual that is carrying the IFAK. You're not going to use your medical on someone else. It's kind of like when you're in an airplane and something happens and the oxygen masks fall out and they tell you, put your mask on first, then worry about your child, your significant other, whoever. If you can't take care of yourself first, you're both going to die, right? It's kind of the same thing. So everyone in your team should have an IFAK, and what you decide to run in that IFAK is also going to be a part of your SOPs, right? How many tourniquets are y'all carrying? How many chest seals are y'all carrying? Are you using Israeli bandages? How much gauze do y'all have? Do you have the nasal geotherapy? Do you have the nose thing? Are y'all using a decompression needle? We're not. I'm not. I'm not using a decompression needle. I do have the nasogeo. Why can I not say that? I do have the green nose tee thingy, but I don't have enough training on how to use it, so I only have like one of those in one of my kits. Anyways, in our team's SOPs, it is required that your IFAK either be on your right side or in the small of your back. So if I'm running my belt, I have my IFAK in the small of my back. If I'm running a chest rig or my plate carrier, chances are I'm going to be running my IFAK in a fanny pack type of situation spun to the back. Why the fanny pack thing? Well, for starters, it's easy to take off. They're easy to take off, right? I can get to my tourniquets without having to open up everything, but then I can also open up everything and get to all my medical. I have a Sharpie in here to write on the tourniquet at the time. We have gloves, we have gauze, we have chest seals. The contents aren't really that specific as much as y'all establishing an SOP for it. I also carry on my body, I carry a tourniquet with a Sharpie to write down the time that I applied it on it, etc., etc. The fanny pack IFAC lives in my vehicle unless I'm using it. Okay, so moving on from the IFAC, we covered that the IFAC is one of the most important things, which is why we're spending the most amount of time on it. If you want to see some of the other important things, I will link the second video in the series here. Moving on, the next thing that is a requirement for our group, maybe not yours, we have adopted the military's 210 rounds per individual going out, so no less than 210 rounds, which is going to be 7 mags if you're running them all at 30 rounds apiece. Yeah, you do you, boo. So anytime we're running anything like this Nezumi chest rig here, it can run 12. I usually only have about 8 in there, but even on my plate carrier, the plate carrier is set up to hold 6 magazines plus the one in the gun, which gives me 7. If I'm running a belt, I have a place for 2 more mags. Trust me, you might think that's going to suck and you want to run your micro, but when you run out of ammo after the first 5 seconds because you only had 3 mags on you and then you're getting shot at and you have nothing to do but crouch and cry, you're going to wish you had more. The next thing on the list, for our SOPs, we have determined that pistols are optional. You're not required to carry one. You don't have to carry one. Maybe I'm using it as a crutch, but I'm going to be carrying one. I know I could be putting a couple more mags here in its place and be carrying a couple more mags in the place of the pistol mags. The thing about the pistol is I've always got that thing on me, right? Not only do I carry the pistol, but I also carry a spare mag with me as well. Most of the time when I'm throwing on kit, I'm not taking off my EDC, and my belts are designed to go over my EDC anyways. Now I might take it off if we're rucking and stuff. It's all meant TC, right? But for the majority of it, the pistol is on me. I've got it, so why not? For me, I'm going to carry it. For you, you may not, and that's okay. That's why it is optional and not a requirement. Radios. Does everyone need a radio? Maybe you're doing small team maneuvers and you want small teams communications, and in that situation, everyone would have a radio, but maybe you're trying to keep your signal down because you know they can track you based off your radio waves, right? So maybe you only have a radio operator in your team who will relay the team leader's communications to the base and vice versa. Maybe nobody's running a radio. I do not recommend that you don't carry a radio. I think that it can be an asset, but again, this is a conversation for you and your team to have. A map of your AO. Everyone should know where they're going, should know what the mission is. You're not going to have, hopefully, you're not going to have just one route. You've got your pace, your primary, your alternate, your contingency, and your emergency, right? You should have at least a minimum of 2 hopefully 3 routes in and out of a place, and y'all should be rehearsing any maneuvers. We're getting into the weeds again. A patrol is going to be different than an actual mission where everyone rehearses the maneuvers going in, right? What is the goal of this operation? How many people do you have? Again, it's all MET-TC, but I think everyone should have a map. Just because you have that map doesn't mean you need to be circling home base on that map so that if you fall in enemy hands, they now know where y'all are at. But you need to know on that map where you're going, where you're coming from, and your routes. The next requirement that is in our SOP is a viz panel. I don't have one out here with me, but you've all seen them, the square, rectangle, orange, pink, whatever's. It could be a fluorescent viz panel. It could be an orange Crown Royal bag. It could be a bandana that's orange or pink or whatever. It needs to be some way to communicate visually, hey, why is that orange bandana on that tree right there? Oh, that's the route they're going. Let's just say you had access to a helo. Hey, I'm down here, come get me. The next thing on the list is a compass. The compass isn't necessarily a requirement yet. We haven't ironed out all the details in our SOPs yet, but it is on here. If you're gonna have a map, you need to have your compass. The next thing is a pad and a pen or a pencil so that you can write shit down, whether it's in a patrol, whether you're leaving a note, hey, I had to bug out of this location, I'm going to checkpoint Bravo, whatever. Next thing in the gear requirements is, are you running a plate carrier? Are you running a chest rig? Are you running load bearing equipment? And that is going to be mission dependent. MET-TC, it's also going to be member dependent. Maybe they just absolutely refuse to run plates. Maybe they just don't have any plates. I personally don't want to be wearing a plate carrier unless we're in a defensive position or we know without a shadow of a doubt that we are about to have contact. In that case, I'm trying to take every precaution as possible, and I'm going to be wearing my plate carrier. But for patrolling and stuff like that, trying to evading and whatever, probably not going to be wearing my plate carrier. All right, guys, we've just scratched the surface on all of your kit considerations and the things that you need to have. But I do feel like these are some of the basic things that you need. Once again, I hope that you guys are watching this video, sharing it to your friends, your mag, your team, and then y'all are having these conversations to determine what it is that you need on your kit. Leave me a comment down below. What are some of the things that you have required that your team carry? What are the things that you have in every single kit because it is your requirement or your team's requirement? While you're down there sharing this video out to your friends, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn it from red to gray, hit that bell icon. And until next time, guys, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.